Do you believe there is life after death? Or are there certain things that remain behind even after a person has passed away? Today, I am going to take you to a place where the scent of death still lingers in the air. It is a building that looks like a palace from the outside, but inside, it is a cemetery. Imagine a place where not one or two, but 63,000 people lost their lives. Yes, 63,000 people. This was not a battlefield. It was America's largest hospital. The name of this place is Waverly Hills Sanatorium, America's most haunted location. It is said that the spirits of those 63,000 people still wander here, searching for justice. But this story is not just about ghosts. It is a story of pain, suffering, and the end of humanity. In the early 1900s, a disease wreaked havoc in America. Its name was tuberculosis, TB. At that time, there was no cure for TB. Whoever contracted this disease was almost certain to die. This disease was called the White Plague because the body of the deceased would turn completely white. In Louisville, Kentucky, this disease was spreading like wildfire. Hospitals were overflowing. Then, the decision was made to build a separate hospital, far from the city, on top of a hill. This was done to keep the sick people away from the general public and to prevent the infection from spreading further. In 1910, Waverly Hills Sanatorium opened. Initially, it was small, but the number of patients kept increasing. In 1926, it was expanded into a massive 5-story building. This building was no less than a fortress. Its purpose was to cure the patients, but the reality was different. The patients coming here thought they would get better and go home. But unfortunately, most of those who came here did not walk out on their own feet. They only left as corpses. In that era, doctors did not have a solid cure for TB, so they performed experiments. And these experiments were nothing less than torture. If you hear them, your skin will crawl. One method was fresh air treatment. Regardless of cold or snow, patients were kept outside in the open. Doctors believed that fresh air would heal the lungs. Many patients died from the cold itself, but this process did not stop. Another terrifying method was the balloon treatment. In this, a tube was inserted down the patient's throat to inflate balloons in their lungs to expand them. Imagine that pain. Many times the lungs would burst, and patients would die coughing up blood. If this did not work, they would perform thoracoplasty. In this surgery, the patient's ribs were cut and removed to allow the lungs to collapse and rest. At one time, 7 to 8 ribs were removed, and all this happened without today's modern anesthesia. The screens are still imprisoned in the walls of this building today. But the most terrifying thing was that the patients should not know how many people were dying here. If patients woke up in the morning and saw a corpse on the bed next to them, they would fall into depression. Therefore, the doctors created a secret that still scares people today. They built a tunnel. Its name was the Body Chute. This tunnel was 500 feet long, leading from the hospital down towards the hill. Whenever someone died, their body was quietly sent down through this tunnel. In the darkness of the night, nurses would place the bodies on a trolley and take them through that dark tunnel. Paranormal experts believe that this tunnel is still a center of negative energy. I have heard many recordings myself where voices saying, "Help me," are recorded in this tunnel. But the most terrifying place in Waverly Hills is not this tunnel. Mentally ill TB patients were kept on the 5th floor. The atmosphere here was completely different and terrifying compared to the rest of the hospital. There is a room here, room 502. Remember this number. Hearing the story of room 502 will make it impossible for you to sleep tonight. In 1928, a head nurse worked here. She lived very lonely. One morning, she was found hanging from a noose in room 502. It is said that she was pregnant and in depression, but some people say someone killed her. Even after her death, the story did not end. In 1932, another nurse started working in this same room. One night, she ended her life by jumping from the roof of the 5th floor. No one knows why these nurses did this. Was there an evil power there? Even today, those who go to room 502 feel as if someone is pushing them. Pregnant women are forbidden from going there. Many times people have seen a woman standing in the window there, looking down at them. But in Waverly Hills, there are not just painful stories. There are some innocent souls too. There is a ghost there known to people as Timmy. Timmy was a small child who died of TB there. Investigators go there with a ball and place it in the corridor. And it has been recorded on camera that the ball starts moving on its own, as if an invisible child is playing with it. Sometimes sounds of children laughing and singing "Ring Around the Rosie" are heard from there. This may sound cute, but in that deserted place, it is heart-stopping. In 1961, a cure for TB was found, and the hospital closed down. But after closing, this place became even more terrifying. For many years, it remained a ruin, a haunt for vagrants and criminals. People started performing satanic rituals and black magic here. It is said that these rituals increased the negative energy there even more. There is a specific entity known there as the Creeper. This does not seem to be a human spirit. It is something else. It is seen crawling on the walls and ceiling, just like an animal. Whoever sees it suffers a deep shock. Today, Waverly Hills is open for tours, but only for the brave. Tourists who go there say they suddenly start feeling cold. Scratches appear on the bodies of some people, without any reason, as if an invisible nail is clawing them. In electronic voice phenomena, EVP sessions, clear voices are recorded there. Sentences like "get out" and "I am in pain" are common. Is this just our illusion? Or is there really something there? Science says that energy is never destroyed. It only changes form. So where did the energy of those 63,000 people, that pain, that suffering, ... Perhaps it is still there, trapped in the walls of Waverly Hills. If you ever go to Kentucky, would you want to spend a night in this place? Remember, the path to go there is easy, but there is no guarantee of coming back. Because some guests never come back from there. They become part of it. Waverly Hills is not just a building. It is a living proof of human helplessness. Even while making this video, I was getting a strange feeling. If you also felt scared hearing this, understand that energy has reached you. There are many such things in this world that are beyond our understanding. Waverly Hills is at the top of them, a true horror story. Now you tell me, on which haunted place should the next video be made? Write in the comments, but do not be afraid.